welcome to the Other 29. I am Matt from the Oakland A's UK gang, and this is an episode of the Other 29 in which we are going to be taking a look at news from the National League, and in particular from the St. Louis Cardinals, the LA Dodgers, and the New York Mets. We start off with the feel-good story of the week, and that is Albert Pujols returning to where it all started and rejoining the St. Louis Cardinals on a one-year contract. The deal is arguably the first example of the benefits of the National League finally adopting the designated hitter rule, so we won't have pitchers hitting in the National League this season, but we will have Albert Pujols trying to chase down 700 career home runs, and that's got to be a good thing for baseball. Albert Pujols currently stands 5th on the all-time MLB career home runs list, behind the multiple-time convicted drug cheat Alex Rodriguez, Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, and of course Balco Barry at the top with 762 home runs. Albert Pujols sits on 679 career home runs, so he's 21 behind that magical number 700. What do you think? Do you think he's going to get there in this what is almost certainly going to be his final season in a big league uniform? Last year he hit 17 home runs combined across his time with the Angels and Dodgers, so 21 definitely is within scope, and I think it's going to come down to how healthy he can stay in the designated hitter role over the first half of the season. If he can be there or thereabouts come the All-Star break, I think the momentum and the feel-good factor will push him away, and especially we've heard this past week his wife sadly has got some health concerns, so if the baseball gods are on our side, Albert Pujols will be able to deliver some more classic baseball moments as we head to the final weeks of this baseball season. Next up, we head to Albert Pujols' former team, and I know that sounds strange to say it's the LA Dodgers rather than the Angels, but that's how it ended up. So the Dodgers have dropped a Pollock. AJ Pollock, to be precise. The outfielder has been traded to the Chicago White Sox for the old kestrel-armed closer Craig Kimbrel. Craig Kimbrel will take over from Kenny Jansen as the closer, Jansen having gone to the Braves as a free agent, and it looks like being a really fearsome bullpen for the Dodgers yet again. So here we have a line flick from the changing rooms, Craig Kimbrel and AJ Pollock swapping out their caps for each other. Yes, there you see, no expense spared on the graphics, or indeed a huge amount of time. The interesting thing from an A's fan point of view with all of this is that Jake Lamb, the guy we used to call Jay Clam, short-time A's player, has been in camp with the Dodgers, a non-roster invitee, and apparently with AJ Pollock moving on, it's increasing Lamb's chances of making the opening day roster. So come on Jay Clam, let's get in that Dodgers team and come out to the season on the opening day roster. Wouldn't that be something for the man Jay Clam? Finally, we have to catch up on the New York Mets, and you know what that means. Some sort of disaster is coming in one form or another. Unfortunately, we have to head to the Mets hospital and see who's being rolled in to the wards, and oh no, it's Jacob DeGrom. I mean, at least he's still got a smile on his face. You've got to keep the spirits up, haven't you? But it's bad news, not only for the Mets, but for all of us baseball fans who love watching that guy out on the mound. It looked like everything was fine with Jacob DeGrom. He was pitching in the Grapefruit League, everything was going okay, but then he started having some soreness in his right shoulder, had an MRI scan done on Friday, and it turns out there is an issue there, which means he has to take time off, a month off with no throwing, to rest up the shoulder. His shoulder is knackered basically. And after that month, he'll then have another MRI scan. Hopefully that will be positive in terms of the results. But even then, if that's the case, will likely take a good month or so before he can ramp up the arm strength and get back out on a big league mound. So it looks like even in a best case scenario, the Mets have lost Jacob DeGrom for the first 2 months of this season. And yes, they've got Max Scherzer, but that's still a big blow. It might also have an impact on our Oakland A's, because there's been something of a pipeline between Oakland and Queens, New York so far this offseason. We've seen Chris Bassett traded by the A's to the Mets. We've seen Mark Canha joining the Mets as a free agent, and also the superstar Starling Marte doing the same. So, will the Jacob DeGrom injury mean Frankie Montas or Sean Manaea will be the next A's players leaving the team? Now, the Mets have said yesterday that they are not looking to add a new pitcher in the place of Jacob DeGrom, but hey, you know the Moneybag Mets are going to do something or other, particularly if it doesn't go too well over the first couple of weeks of this season. And unfortunately, with John Fisher in owning the A's, you know there's always a payroll cut in the offing somewhere along the line. So it did look like Montas and Manaea would be with the A's for the start of the season, and that still may be the case. But yeah, things may change over the next week as we head to the opening series. And there we go, that's the news on Saturday, April 2nd from the National League. So this is a new feature here on the A's UK YouTube channel where we'll be looking at news from all around the Major League. So even if you're not an A's fan, do consider clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell to catch up on all of the news as things move along during the course of the season. And you should take an interest in the A's too, of course. This coming week we'll be building up to the opening series against the Philadelphia Phillies, so yes, keep an eye out for some videos coming up there, and I shall see you all very soon.